Hello and welcome. Today I'm giving you a complete tutorial on how to make donuts. These donuts do not have eggs, so this recipe we are using yogurt in place of eggs, and the donuts come out looking lovely and they taste amazing. And I mean, you can see the results for yourself here. So without much ado, let's get started with the recipe. You will need 1 cup of warm milk and quarter cup of sugar, and then 2 teaspoons of instant rice yeast. Just add that to the warm milk, and then you're going to whisk those together until the mixture is frothy. And then you'll add 2 tablespoons of yogurt. So this yogurt is going to add a little bit of moisture into the donuts. And then you'll need bread flour, 2 cups. And then you'll also use 3/4 of a cup of regular all-purpose flour. So combining bread flour and wheat flour just gives you a nice texture of the donuts. And then you'll add 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Go ahead and start making your dough. You could use a mixer here, but I'm going to be using my hands to knead the dough. So combine everything until all the flour is absorbed into the mixture, and then transfer your dough to a wide surface. And now you're going to add butter. I'm using 3 tablespoons of unsalted butter. It should be very soft but not melted. Drop it onto the dough, and now you're going to start kneading. The kneading process is going to be quite long. You want to make sure that the dough is really, you develop that gluten all the way. So you want to knead this for about 10 minutes continuously. But I'll show you what you should be looking for in the end. When you would know that the dough is ready, of course, it won't be sticky anymore. It will be very smooth and will be more elastic. It will be bouncy. So we are getting towards there. This is about 10 minutes of kneading. And now my dough is ready. As you can see, it's very stretchy. It doesn't break when you pull it up like so. When your dough is ready like this, go ahead and shape it into a nice ball, and then you're going to place it into a wide bowl to let it rest until, to let it rise until it doubles in size. Yeah, so shape your dough like that, and then oil the bowl a little bit, place it there, cover it, and let it rest for maybe 2 to 3 hours, just until it doubles in size. And we'll be ready to move on with the next step. After about 2 hours here, my dough has risen nicely. Now I'm going to press out all the air from the dough. Just press out all the air and transfer it to the wide surface again to cut it into pieces. You do not need to oil the surface because the dough is it has oil on it, and then if you're using a silicone surface like mine, it's not sticky, so you do not need to use too much flour here. So go ahead and divide up the dough into donut sizes. I made very large donuts, so I only made 8 pieces out of this entire dough, but I think you could go for 10 or even 12 tiny donuts would be fine. Just keep the sizes equal. You could use a weighing scale to measure pieces of dough just to make sure they are uniform and equal. Now go ahead and shape each piece of dough into a nice ball. This is what's going to make your donut shapes, so do a good job shaping them here so that they are not, shapeless. When you're done shaping all the 8 pieces, now we are going to form our donuts. I'm using this parchment paper rounds. I ordered this from Amazon. I will link them in the description. And I'm also using a donut cutter. So you could find both of these from your store or from Amazon. So you're going to place each piece of dough on a parchment paper round, and then using anything that has a flat base like a tumbler, go go ahead and flatten the donut dough, to fit the shape and the size of that donut cutter. These donut cutters come in many, many sizes. They are about 7 or 8 pieces, and they are all, different sizes of different diameters of circles. So you could go with a smaller or a larger one than this one that I'm using. So you're going to do the same thing with all the with the dough balls. You're going to flatten them, and using this donut cutter this way helps to ensure that they have the same, they are the same size. We don't have bigger pieces and smaller pieces. So set them somewhere on a tray like so, on a wide space, and then make sure you have enough space around each because they're going to rise. When you're done setting all your 8 pieces on the tray, go ahead and cover them and let them rest for another 30 minutes to allow the dough to rise again. We are going to wait to cut the holes because if we were to cut the holes before the dough rises, the holes would seal. But now that the dough has risen nicely, now it's time to cut the holes. I'm using the tiniest of the donut cutter set. Just go ahead and place it in the center nicely and then cut. Oh, first of all, you saw me dipping this in the flour to make sure it doesn't stick and mess with the donut pieces. At this point, you want to handle the donuts very gently because if you mess the shapes up, you won't be able to fix them easily at this point. So handle them very gently, make sure they're not touching, and just dip the donut cutter into the flour and then press it in the center and pinch out the dough ball from the inside, and then go ahead and remove the cutter and move on to the next pieces. Be very gentle at this stage. And that's my son helping me. Okay, so now the donuts are ready. Now we are ready to fry them. You go ahead and peel out this parchment paper round very gently. It won't mess with the donut shapes at all as long as you're gentle. Go ahead and cut and fry your donuts on medium low heat. You really do not want to fry this on high heat. They brown so quickly. So keep your heat medium low, and then just let the donuts cook for about 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes on one side, and then when they're nicely browned, go ahead and flip them and cook the other side as well until it is nicely brown. Of course, cook the donut rounds that you cut out too because those are awesome as well. Yeah. So when your donuts are ready and nicely browned, take them off the oil, place them somewhere to drain excess oil, and then do the same with the second batch, and you'll be done. Yeah, so go ahead and flip those as well. When your donuts are ready, go ahead and drain them again off the oil, and you are done with the process of frying them. They should be nicely brown like you can see in the video. And now it's time to serve them. So while they are still hot, go ahead, if you want to rub them in sugar, I'm using cinnamon sugar here, so just about a third a cup of white sugar, and then add some cinnamon powder onto that, and then mix that. You could add a little bit more cinnamon if you want, or you don't have to use cinnamon at all, or you could use other spices that you like cardamom. I don't know. But yeah, rub your donuts when they are still warm, and then you are ready to dig in. These donuts are so delicious. They don't have eggs, so it's really good for people who have allergies to eggs or just don't want egg recipes. They are so packed with moisture, they are fluffy. I hope you enjoyed this recipe, and I hope that I'll see you in more of my videos. Thank you very much for stopping by. So now on to some behind the scenes where my son was helping me make the donuts.
What are these?
Don't touch, those are donuts that we're gonna be frying.
Mama, now carry me.
Oh, bring the steps too. If I carry you, I won't be able to walk. You understand? Bring the steps too.
Mama.
Hmm?
Make sure you do TNT and TNT. Mama, put that here. Put that.
Oh, no, Papa.
What?
I messed up this one. Oh, too bad. I messed it up a little bit. You see? It's squishy here. It's okay. We'll still eat it anyway. Can you count how many donuts we have?
Take this out.
No, we cannot. Oh, yeah. Take it out. Try to take it out. Good job, Nala.
Where should they put it?
Right there in the flour. And then I want you to count and tell me how many donuts we have.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.